Hey guys, what's rockin'? Back Trish here with an all new 4-1 tunes for you. It is an announcement video. It's also an interview. Yay, interviews. We're doing our first Zoom interview and it's very special and important because I'm introducing you guys to the 4-1 tunes team, Barbara and Ben. We talk about who they are, their own media, how they got started in media, how we all met, and then we talk about their goals for 4-1 tunes, and what we're going to be working on in the future. We're just going to start, and I wanted you both to say who you are and your own pages, so that way people will know where to find you.
Hi, I'm Ben Smiley, and I'm part of Mr. Bones Knows, and we do documentaries and interviews about the Pittsburgh music scene.
I'm Barbara. I live in Cleveland. I have my own journalism photography page called the Withrow Diaries, and I take photos and interview bands.
So let's talk about how you both got started into that, and then we'll talk about how you came into 4-1 tunes.
It was actually the Mr. Bones part was complete luck. I've been a musician all my life, and also a journalist. I've written a ton of stuff, and then just randomly I was doing social media freelance, and I've met Joshua Tarquinio, and he was like, I'm starting up this magazine about bands. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Well, I do social media. He's like, that's what I needed. So then it all started snowballing, and we ended up creating a magazine that people enjoy. And we're trying to keep it going and trying to keep it local and really showing Pittsburgh is got a happening scene, and that everybody who's involved with it is wanting to make the scene greater. And that's what I like about the Pittsburgh music scene compared to all the other ones, is everyone's in it for each other and not just for themselves.
Cool. And then how did you get started into the music media stuff?
I went to school for journalism, and I have always really liked music, and I decided to focus on music journalism. And my last semester of college, which was my senior year, because I graduated early, my last semester I interned for Substream magazine, and after my internship I went to another music blog, and then for the last couple of years I've been writing for mainstream media and just traveling and interviewing and seeing bands and stuff.
4-1 tunes is Pittsburgh tunes music boom. 4-1 tunes, 4-1 tunes, 4-1 tunes, 4-1 tunes, and 4-1 tunes. Let's talk about how we all met and got into this. So I'll let Ben tell his story of how we met, I guess, and then we'll tell Barbara's.
What was the band again? It was the Heights. What was their
For
first
Dizzier
name?
Heights.
What was it?
For Dizzier Heights.
For Dizzier Heights, yes. Yeah, so that's coincidentally that's the first time I met the Hickmans too. So yeah, for Dizzier Heights was playing in the north side of Pittsburgh, and I was there because I was invited by Brian Rose, the lead guitar player for that band. And he was like, oh yeah, my brother's recording, but I heard you guys are doing stuff there, so I told you about the concert and you can come down and check it out. And this was great because it was my first chance to record at the public house there, and somebody else was recording besides me and his brother, and I'm like, who is this person? So I started talking to Trish at that point, and she told me all the cool stuff she's been doing. I was like, I got to check out your page. This sounds awesome. And ever since then, we've just been bumping into each other at concerts, trying to find things that we can work on together.
Yeah, and we were at the Park House, and it was the first time I was shooting on my camera. I had just got my camera, so I was actually just there testing it out. I didn't make a video that day, but I was testing it out, and we met that way. Do you want to tell the story of how we met?
I can.
Okay.
It's 10 years this month. We met outside of a venue in Edinburgh, PA, when I was 15. Trish did not have her ticket, and she was sitting outside, and she started talking to my friend at the time and me, and we've been stuck like glue ever since.
My mom dropped me off and gave me $20, and then I somehow lost my $20. And these two girls were sitting outside, and I just walked up and I was like, hey. So yeah, that was a long time ago. I miss the hangout.
We're old.
And then Barbara, actually, when I first started 401 Tunes, would help me out because I didn't have a camera person, and she'd always be visiting here in Pittsburgh and would help me film it. She'd filmed like the Warped Tour one and a couple other ones, and she was in my Four Chord Music Festival one because we were working the substream table.
Joined by one of their team members, Barbara.
So she's helped a little bit already, but now that we're working on a team and going to be making videos together, we needed like, I think 3-4 people is a good start there. We are here for this week's 401 Tunes, and I am talking with Jordan York.
My name is Lexa Terrestrial.
We are 2 of the 4 members of Punchline.
Weird Paul Rock Band.
Ray Walker.
Hey!
Hello, 401 Tunes.
Do either of you have like a goal you want to reach for your journalism or videos, and like how can 401 Tunes like help direct you in that way?
I guess for videos, what I'm looking for is to really get this to be a couple of pieces. So to get this to be something that's bringing the music scene closer together, because like with Pittsburgh, the music scene's strong and like people go out for all kinds of different bands, but like the fans don't really cross very much between genres, and it's funny because like a lot of these bands are multi-genre and they just don't know it. So I'm looking for the videos to get A, that piece, and then B, actually the Redfish Bowl put this the best way, and I didn't realize I was doing this until they said it. I want to provide free, low-cost interviews for people who are just starting out, because when you're trying to make an EPK or like it's basically a booklet to tell a venue why you're a good band, nobody has interviews. Nobody has that when they're just starting out. And this is giving them the opportunity to have that piece at a way they can afford. And not only that, but it gives a big like backlog of places you can find out about music that's in Pittsburgh. So it's starting to become a catalog too, where it's not just the band playing, it's finding out a little bit about who they are and why they want to play.
Yeah, I think that's what I like was doing when I first started it, and now that I haven't been able to go to shows, it's been a little bit different, just doing the little promotions and the snippets. But that was the thing, was just anyone who wanted to be interviewed could be interviewed, and they would just get on the list and we put them in as shows came. So we don't really turn away anyone at all unless there's like some weird reason. So yeah, I think that's great, and I think we can get a lot more genres going on because you know different people than I know, and we can kind of like link it together.
And actually, I think that's the difference between what we're doing and what I've seen a lot of other companies do, is they'll have this very select group of bands and they'll keep showing them over and over again. And we're trying to get that new blood. We're trying to see who's out there doing something different, who's out there doing something innovative, because that's what we're ultimately looking for, is like, what makes me want to come to your concert? And all these people have great ideas, and a lot of times their voices get squished because there's a band that knows somebody, or there's a band that has so much money they can put in the advertisement time. So we want to make sure that everybody's getting a fair chance to have their voices heard.
Right. And I like making the videos and then telling people that I can help them make their EPKs, because that's, kind of like my side business is doing that. But like the videos are always free, but I can help them build something. So that's kind of a way to transition, and I'm trying to turn 401 Tunes into more of a business structure, which is why we're having team members also. So yeah. What about you, Barbara? What's like a goal that you're trying to get to that we can help by getting your writing and pictures out on different pages?
I've kind of plateaued in recent years because of some personal stuff going on. So now that I feel like I'm in a better space in that, I want to start expanding what I was doing. Like I can basically do whatever I want from mainstream, but there's more I want to do on my own. And this will give me, I just want to connect bands to new fans, and maybe have current fans find out information they didn't already know, because I've always wanted to like be that bridge between fans and bands. So being able to expand and do more along those lines, just keep doing what I've always wanted to do, but be able to reach more people.
Yeah, I think all of our goals sound like the same, so it's good that we're all here together, and I think we can make those goals happen. So
Definitely.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's it. The best way to go about it is we have all the angles, so like offering people like the interview piece or at least something that is getting everybody on the same playing field, and then offering them more on top of that should be a good way to manage it.
Yeah, you got me flying through the air.
And I work every day. I watch time pass away.
Susceptible to COVID, suspected that you broke it.
What you shooting this time?
Block 40 10mm.
What's your most memorable moment that you've done as a video or just like out at a show?
Well, I mean, like one of the cool things was there was this guy, Jonathan Scales. He plays steel pan drums in a jazz band. So it's like really heavy like stuff. It's not like normal jazz. And I saw him at a show when I was in North Carolina, and then he started getting really famous and met all these people. He ended up coming to Pittsburgh to have a show. So I, sent out through official Mr. Bones channel, like, hey, can we interview you, say hi and record some music? And he was just cool about it and like, sure, why not? So it gave me a chance to like not only like hang out with him, but also be like, can I ask you these in-depth questions about like what you're doing with music and what successful stuff you did? So he was able to, behind the scenes, like explain a lot of the things he did to get to where he was in music. And he's like the cream of the crop right now. He's like playing with the most famous jazz musicians that are around right now. So it was like pretty cool to hear about him going from like nothing all the way up to there. He started just following his favorite band around and talking to them, and then they gave him a chance to give him an album, and they produced it for him because they liked it. So
Yeah, that's
it's
pretty
cool when you hear a story like that, like Rags to Riches story.
Yeah, it's like also inspiring because like we're just kind of, we've all had some experience, but now we're trying to like push to be like, more. So it's an inspiring story.
Indeed.
What about you, Barbara? What's like a memory or a moment of interviewing or
Sorry.
putting it on the spot?
I know. I like was trying to think and then I was getting distracted, so I guess watching Maddie Finn grow up, since she's the same age as me and I've known her since we were 18, and literally she would do like little interviews for me for college. And when I moved over here, I'd go see her almost every week play, just like open mic nights or like little bars and stuff. And now she is down in Nashville. She's been on she was on American Idol. She's doing a lot of great stuff. She's trying to get her new album signed onto a label. She was supposed to be in Europe this past month, but with everything going on, she couldn't. But like even like having those plans to go play shows in Europe, it's I'm very proud to see how far she's come, and she has been part of my music journalism career over the years. So it's nice to see how she's built up herself.
Yeah, I like that. I know Maddie. I haven't seen her for a while, but I used to go with Barbara to follow their band everywhere. We went to Buffalo. I have some really old videos on my really old I got like I don't know what it was called, that little had a weird little vlogging camera that did not work well, and I spent way too much money on it. A cool story we did last year that Barbara helped was the shoe brew. She went and helped take pictures while the band made beer. So they had like their own beer that was being brewed. So we teamed up on that. I think one thing I want to do is do stuff that it's not necessarily like the band's always playing. Like I really liked doing that where it was the band doing something really unique and we got to be a part of it. And then we still do the band interview and still have them play a bit, but I made it, what did I call it?
I don't remember.
I called it like an exclusive because it was a longer episode and stuff. So I think looking into stories like that from the bands, or like maybe just like if a touring band comes through, like get a tour of their like bus, or like something just more than what the videos have been to now.
Indeed. Yeah, I got some, I think enough for a video, put together the pieces of Ryan Hoffman and the Lumineers playing with Bodyography Ballet Studio at the Benedum. So I've been trying to get like permissions to do all that. I'm just waiting on a few emails. But that's what I've been looking for is like, are you doing something besides music? Or are you doing something with music, like music and art? So I really like finding those events where it's like all the different pieces of art are coming together from like more than just one vein.
Hey guys, it's me, Just Trish, aka Lil Bat, aka Bat Trish Crazy.
These are my favorite. My black heart, leather studded heart bags.
It's called Fuck Love.
Yeah.
And then do you guys have any questions for me or for each other?
Yeah, I mean, like, how do we synergize it? Like, what is some things we can do that are going to cross the channels correctly?
Well, first off, Dakota, who's not here right now, he had his Music Mania contest. So the 7 finalists, I gave a prize of a video to. So they could pick from like just a snippets of sending me their own footage. No one picked that, which makes sense. And then I have some that picked an interview, and then some that wants a reaction video. And I really want like at least one of you will be here on Zoom, and I'll play the music video, and we'll all watch it together and discuss, because I don't think just me watching it and like talking is like beneficial or like prize worthy. Plus I don't like react much when I'm watching things. But I think that's what we can do. That's like the first step. I hit my other camera just died. That's like the first step that I think we can take. And then during the interviews, if one of you wants to come up with a couple questions and join in on some of the interviews, I think only for that we'd only have like one person, so we can like take turns doing that, or just whenever you guys are available when it's set up, we can do that. But I think the reaction videos is like our first step, and then we can, as we're allowed to go places and do things again, it'll be easier to cross, because then we can go and help each other shoot and like be in the videos together.
Yeah, I can't wait until we can get out of the house.
Yeah.
I missed the concert.
Soon, hopefully. Yeah, and we'll do like cross posting. We'll figure that out. So like any videos we do together can be, they're posted on both pages like they're their own videos, but they share the count. So you can like, all the views are totaled together. I think that's the best way, because even just sharing some stuff is good, but I think when we're making videos together, it's best to cross post to the other Facebook pages.
Yeah, definitely. Any way we can make it look more synced for people is probably the best way to make it look.
Yeah, and then if you want anything specific for your channel too, like we're a team, so ask, and whenever we can work together too, because I want to help build your pages too. I don't want this just to be all for 4-1 tunes. Like we're all building each other's stuff up, you know, just like we're doing for the bands, you know, we're helping each other and everyone.
Indeed.
Okay, cool. Well, I think we can wrap it up. And then I'll let you guys know when I schedule the first interview and stuff. Aurora and Peril is going to be the first one because they were like the actual winners, and they do want an interview. And they had a couple of dates that they sent me, so I'll have to take a look with my work schedule and then see who's available, like if either of you are available that night, and we'll go from there. But also, if you guys can't make it, don't feel pressured. Like, I'll still get you into other videos. You don't have to be in every single one. You know, like, I'm not going to be mad if you can't make it to one. It's just whatever you guys are available to go. And Dakota will probably be hopping on too, since it was his contest and the winners and stuff. And this is kind of his idea to have a team. So he'll be popping in and out if he can figure out how to come on to Zoom.
Sounds good.
All right, well, I'll let you guys go and have a nice night.
Awesome. Thank you, Trish.
Yeah, no problem. Good night.
Bye.
Night.
So that is the 401 Tunes team. DI Records, Dakota is part of this as well. He couldn't join us in on this Zoom, but he is going to join in on the next one, which is an interview with Aurora and Peril. They are the winners of the DI Records Music Mania, and then we have a few more coming out that are reaction videos and interviews. I still have some to schedule, but yeah, we're going to have some content coming up for you guys and different ideas, and you heard everything we talked about. So yeah, Snippets 4 is still coming out soon. I have to finish it up. I do have enough submissions now, and then I'm going to have some bat squeaks come out. I'm just working on a lot of stuff, trying to focus mostly on 401 Tunes, but I also like to put out Bat Trish videos of my life. So yeah, I will see you guys then, and don't forget you guys can buy a 401 Tunes or a Bat Trish shirt on Endeavor after if you're interested, and I'll see you guys later.